Hey kiddos, I am here with our guest player. Introduce yourself.
My name's Edith.
Hi Edith. And Edith is going to show you how to play this game called Target Practice. Okay? To play this game, you need a partner, someone to play against, and that can be 1 against 1 or you can do 2 against 1. Edith is using a spinner, like a little plastic spinner thing that works. I couldn't find another one, so I'm just going to use paper clip to spin. So either way, the point is spinning. Each person has a board. The first thing that Edith has to do is she needs to spin once on her spinner. All right, and then she writes here on round 1 that she got a 2, and then she gets to spin again. All right, what'd you get? 12. So she writes round 1, she got a 12. And then she moves the spinner over to this circle, and she does the same thing. She spins twice and writes the numbers down. 3.
And
10. Okay? So now, in this corner, over here, round 1, she's got 4 numbers. She is going to use these to make denominators for these fractions. Now, the goal is, when choosing which numbers, is you want to get to close to 1 as possible. All right? So Edith, what 2 of these numbers would you choose for here so that when you add them together, they're close to 1?
10 and 12.
Okay, all right, so you're going to put 1/10 and 1/12. Okay, so now she needs to add 1/10 plus 1/12. And we could think of this as a clock, or we could find the common denominator, and we need to add those 2 numbers together. Let me see. I know that we could make these common denominators by multiplying this by 6, and that would be 6/60ths. Can you write 6/60ths here? And I know 12 times 5 is 60, so I could do 5/60ths here. And now that they have the same denominator, you can just add them. So 11, your sum is 11/60ths. All right, now it's my turn. So I'm going to give the camera to Edith, and I'm going to spin. Okay, so the first one, 6. Second one, 6. Then 2 over here, 4, and 4. Okay, so I know that I can use these numbers to make 1/6 and 1/4. And I'd rather have a 1/4 of a dollar, so I'm going to do 1/4 plus 1/4, and I don't have to worry, my denominators are the same, so I know 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which is the same thing as a half. Okay, so we both have our sums. Now, how do you find the score? The score is the person, you take this number, you take 1 minus your sum. So 1 minus a half equals a half. And now, let's go over to your board. Your sum is 11/60ths. So that would be 1 minus 11/60ths. And we could make 1 into 6/60ths minus 11/60ths. So 60 minus 10 is 50, so you have 49/60ths. So now what we need to think is, she has 49/60ths for a score. I have 1/2 as the score. Which is the smaller fraction? Which one is closer to 0? 1/2 or 49/60ths? No, it's 1/2. Yes, yes. So 49/60ths is not very far from 1. So you almost got 1 for an answer. You want a small answer. So my fraction is smaller, so I get 1 point and she gets 0 points. If you happen to get a tie, then nobody gets any points for that round. So let's go back to Edith's. Now, if I had this for Edith and I'm trying to add fractions that are going to equal almost 1, I would have picked, for myself, I would have picked 1/2 plus 1/3. Because now let's think, a half of a clock is pointing to 6/12, and a third of a clock is 4/12, so that's 10/12, and 10/12 is pretty close to 1, so you would have won if you had had 1/2 plus 1/3. When you chose 10 and 12, you chose very small pieces, okay? So that's how you play, and then you go on to round 2. Again, you spend 2 more times and 2 more times. Remember, when you add these, you want to get close to 1. And then you take this and subtract it from 1, and whoever has the smaller fraction wins 1 point for the round. And that's how you play target practice. Hey, Edith, wave. Thank you.